Toys have always been an integral part of childhood memories, from cuddly teddy bears to playful action figures. But what if some of these toys have a darker side to them? This collection of stories delves into the untold horrors behind some of the most innocent looking toys. Barbie and Ken are siblings? When we hear the name Barbie, we think of the iconic blonde doll that has captured the hearts of children and adults alike since 1959. But have you ever wondered who the real Barbie and Ken are? It turns out that they're not just dolls, but they're actually siblings. Ruth Handler, the co-founder of Mattel, named the Barbie doll after her daughter Barbara. She was inspired to create a doll that allowed children to imagine themselves as adults and create their own storylines. Barbie quickly became a bestseller and a cultural icon. But did you know that Ken was also named after one of Ruth Handler's children? Ken is named after her son, Kenneth. While Barbie and Ken may seem like a match made in toy heaven, their connection runs even deeper than their relationship in the world of make-believe. Barbie and Ken may not be siblings in the doll world, but in real life, they share a special bond as brother and sister. Ruth Handler created the dolls in honor of her children, and their legacy lives on through their namesakes. As Barbie continues to evolve and represent diverse body types and careers, her influence continues to be felt around the world. But it's always good to remember the origin story of the beloved doll and the special meaning behind her name and the name of her counterpart. So next time you see Barbie and Ken doll on the shelves, remember that they're more than just toys. They're also a reminder of a mother's love for her children and the legacy they've left behind. Inappropriate troll dolls. In 2020, the popular toy company Hasbro made the decision to pull its Trolls Poppy doll from shelves due to concerns over inappropriate button placement, following a petition that garnered over 300,000 signatures. The toy company announced on Wednesday that they will no longer sell the doll after an online video went viral. The footage showcased the doll's two buttons, the first located on its stomach, which plays 10 pre-recorded phrases and sounds when pressed, while the second, which isn't mentioned on the box, is placed in the private area, under the doll's skirt. Parents have been outraged at the doll's suggestive sound effects when the second button is pressed. Children's impressionable minds may draw concerning conclusions from the sounds and give rise to problematic thoughts and questions that they're not equipped to handle. In response to the complaints, Hasbro apologized and clarified that the intention behind the button placement was only to produce laughing sounds. However, it acknowledges the controversy and states that it's taking the issue seriously. As a goodwill gesture, the toy company offered replacement Poppy dolls of similar value to affected customers through its consumer care team. In response to the complaints, Hasbro apologized and clarified that the intention behind the button placement was only to produce laughing sounds. However, it acknowledges the controversy and states that it's taking the issue seriously. As a goodwill gesture, the toy company offered replacement Poppy dolls of similar value to affected customers through its consumer care team. Major retailers like Walmart, Target, and Amazon promptly removed the doll from their shelves and collections, citing customer safety concerns and loyalty to their audience. The episode emphasizes the need for toy manufacturers to conduct stringent quality control checks to prevent this kind of incident from happening in the future. The doll debacle has created an unprecedented movement among parents and advocates of child safety, leading many to examine other toy safety standards. The hope is that by shedding light on such matters, manufacturers will implement more rigorous screening measures to safeguard children's well-being and prevent inappropriate content from entering their daily lives. Furbies, from band spy equipment to freaky musical instruments. In the 90s, a simple toy that cost around 30 euros caused a massive stir in the US government. The National Security Agency, NSA, suspected that Furby, the owl-shaped talking toy from Tiger Electronics, was listening and reporting confidential conversations to a secret wire conspiring against the government. After months of investigation and efforts from the toys manufacturer, Tiger Electronics, the NSA lifted the ban. But even after the government gave it the green light, Furby faced a new problem. It tended to creep out its owners, with its impossible-to-switch-off feature and its tendency to speak in strange tongues. Many owners locked their Furbies in wardrobes or hid them in the dark with the batteries removed. One mother even diagnosed her daughter's Furby with multiple personality disorder after it went from giggling in a cute, delicate voice to growling in a deep, dark tone with angry eyes. If you're one of those traumatized Furby owners and want to reconcile with the little guy, here are 3 activities to help you do so. First, you can satisfy your curiosity and evil laugh by cutting not 1 but 2 of the furry toys in half and seeing what they hide inside. Who knows? You might find evidence that the NSA was actually right all along. Second, grab some fabric, paint, scissors, and your old Furby and make it grow longer. With some creativity, you can turn your creepy toy into a cute and cuddly companion. Lastly, for the music lovers out there, try repurposing your Furby as a musical instrument. The designer, Look Mom No Computer, created an outstanding and freaky organ using many, many Furbies. Trust us, you won't be disappointed. It's funny to think that today we are so used to communicating with our robotic devices in our homes that the idea of them listening and responding doesn't confront us. However, back in the 90s, this skill got Furbies banned in the US. Furbies remain in history as one of the first and most successful domestic electronic robots. Over 40 million of these talking toys were sold, capable of speaking in 24 languages. They may have caused a lot of concern and even horror back in the day. But for many of us, they were our first taste of home robotics, paving the way for a future where our houses will be filled with a plethora of talking gadgets and devices. Glowworm Nightlight Disaster. The Glowworm, made by Hasbro's Playskool division, has been a favorite among children for almost 4 decades. The toy features a plush worm body with a battery-powered device that lights up the vinyl head, creating a soft glow when squeezed. The original toy was a huge success and led to a range of merchandise, including a musical Glowworm and a series of storybooks and nightlights. However, in late 2005, the toy was criticized for using phthalates, a dangerous plastic softener, in its plastic head. Since then, the product has undergone significant changes to ensure the safety of children. Despite these changes, the grandmother insists that the toy is still a threat to children's safety. Her grandson suffered severe burns after the toy became dangerously hot, raising concerns about the toy's electrical components. The grandmother's plea for a complete ban on the toy until a full safety investigation can be conducted has been echoed by other concerned parents and experts in child safety. In response to the concerns, Hasbro's Playskool division has issued a statement promising to conduct a thorough investigation into the incident and take necessary actions to ensure the safety of all children. Until then, parents are being urged to exercise caution when purchasing toys for their children and to closely monitor their children's use of Glowworm toys to prevent any potential harm. The safety and well-being of children should always be the top priority. And this incident serves as a reminder that we must remain vigilant in our efforts to keep children safe. A Northland grandmother called for a complete ban on the sale of Glowworm toys until a full safety investigation can be conducted. The request comes after her baby grandson suffered serious burns from a dangerously hot toy. Flubber. In the early 1960s, Flubber was all the rage. Inspired by the movie The Absent-Minded Professor, kids across the country couldn't wait to get their hands on the magical gravity-defying substance. And thanks to Disney licensee Handfell Brothers, they could. Flubber balls filled toy store shelves, and kids couldn't get enough of the stretchy, bouncy fun. But as the saying goes, all good things come to an end. And in the case of Flubber, That end came in the form of rashes and sore throats. In the spring of 1963, news reports began to trickle in about kids getting sick after playing with Flubber. Health officials were stumped, initially unsure whether the rash outbreak was due to contact dermatitis caused by Flubber or a simple viral outbreak. As more and more reports of illness rolled in, the Food and Drug Administration, FDA, began an investigation into the product. It wasn't just Flubber itself that was under scrutiny. Knockoff versions from other companies were also being looked at. In the end, over 1,600 reports of rashes and sore throats were tied to the Flubber and Flubber-like products. These stories are a reminder that not all toys are as innocent as they seem. So, the next time you're alone in a room with a toy, be careful.